Yo, what's good, everyone? In today's video, we're going to be going over my transition from console champ moving to PC and how it's been so far. In this video, we're going to be discussing 4 to 5 topics on the matter of switching and how it's been, with the keyboard, the mouse, and all the other good stuff. The first thing is definitely mouse and keyboard and just getting used to it, getting familiar with it. Within the first week, you should discover if you're an arm player or a wrist player, if you like tilting your keyboard while you're playing. All these little things you will discover as you are playing, and it will really help just make you feel like you're comfortable. And at first, I didn't know what I wanted, the wrist or the arm movement or the tilted or super tilted, with the keyboard. It just comes naturally as you play. It can vary from your sense, the way you move your mouse. I play a 400 DPI 1212 in game, which makes me have to use much more of my arm because it takes much more time to just do a full 360 or actually 180 or whatever. But if you rock a higher sense, it's definitely possible for you to just use your wrist and nothing else. But I actually just prefer using my whole arm because I feel I have more control over my mouse. But you might feel differently. The second thing I want to go over, which a lot of streamers or pros or whoever that switched from console to PC that are Siege pros or whatever, that they don't mention much is change your binds. Definitely change a lot of your binds. You will not most likely be comfortable with the default binds. Just switching it around, see what works for you, see where your thumb can reach or your pinky or whatever reaches, whatever feels comfortable for you. Like it's up to you. It's your keyboard. You get to do what you want with it. Side notes: these clips, all of them throughout the whole video, they're compilated from my first 5 to 6 days of playing, and I think I did pretty decent. To add to my second point, looking at pro players like Doki, Shaiko, or any other player streamer, and seeing what their binds are, what their sensitivity is, it's actually not a bad thing to copy. I personally have copied Shock R6's copy. If you guys know him, plays very low DPI and very low incense game, and I've just copied it, and I seem to like it. But the binds I came up with myself, but you might like a streamer's bind or something. Just try all sorts of things. By the way, if you are a lefty and you play with the left hand, using your mouse, I would definitely recommend checking out G Pro Wireless or like anything from Logitech, because a lot of the designs they're kind of universal where you could use left or right, and it's much more easy for lefties because a lot of mice are directed towards right-handed people. So I'd definitely say Logitech if you're a lefty. Moving to the third point, I would definitely say which is an in-game tip, raise raise your crosshair. Stop aiming mid-level. This isn't console no more. You're on PC. Everyone is standing. I made the mistake, and Garfield, like one of the YouTubers that switched from console to PC, he warns, like, he gives a tip all the time. He's like, don't aim stomach level because people on PC are standing up. And I discovered, I had this bad habit of looking at everybody crouching because the thing is, on console everybody's just crouch walking down staircases. That's what everybody does, and I'm just so used to and accustomed to aiming, like near the stomach level. But just know, raise your crosshair, like aim higher, definitely, because you will win a lot more gunfights and you will lose a lot more gunfights if you don't do that. While comparing the players from console and PC, I just want to add the ones that say, oh, champions on console or PC silvers. I promise you they're not. I've been playing unranked for this past week, and they're just like the silvers on console. I have almost no mechanical skill right now, and I'm still dropping 10 plus kills just because I have map knowledge, I have game knowledge. They're just as bad as console silvers, PS4, Xbox, or, whatever. If they're silvers, they're silvers. They're going to play like silvers no matter what platform they're on. Which leads me to my fourth point. Again, not a lot of things people will tell you when you're switching to PC from console. Aim trainers are your best friend. Aim labs, play aim lab. I don't say you should, you know, religiously play it more than Terrasen. I think you should play much more Terrasen than you do play, aim lab or Kovacs or whatever you're gonna use for your aim trainer. But definitely use it within the first like 4 months, 5 months. Because right now our aim is shaky. If you just switch, like, your aim's gonna be shaky. My aim's shaky. Doesn't matter what sense you're running, you're gonna be shaky. Some days you feel like you're hitting everything. Some days you feel like you can't hit anything. Aim training program that I would mainly recommend out of all ones is definitely the tracking, because most people will get good at flicking very fast. I feel like flicking comes a lot naturally and more faster than everything else, just because I feel like you have a want to flick all the time. Like, everybody wants to learn how to flick, and it comes much more naturally. You'll realize, when you put your hand on the mouse and you flick, it's much easier than it is on joysticks. But the thing I would recommend much more than anything else is using the tracking programs. Following the bots left, right, up, and down. Those are the best ones, because like those will help you. When you're in a gunfight, the target's crouching or standing up or whatever the guy's doing, lean spamming you. You'll definitely be able to hit him much more than if you didn't use those aim trainers. I know someone down the line in this video is thinking, is this guy an actually champ? I am a chimp. If you just tab Beneficence, Benificentz, R6 tab, R6 tracker, you will see that I was a champ on Xbox. Yeah, but going back to the aim trainer, just realize that eventually you will get nasty on it and you will get good on it, but realize that you're stagnant in that you're not moving, you're just flicking, you're not using your keyboard whatsoever. So you will be applying both things when you're actually playing Siege. So like, don't get caught too much up on, oh, I could flick like this or I could track like this now, like, because now you have to apply it. Now you gotta use your keyboard as well. So it's a thing to consider. I'm highly, big on aim trainers as well, because pro player or ex-pro player named Modiga, he played for Evil Geniuses. He previously played Siege professionally. He moved to console like 2017, and by 2019 he was a pro already. He was on a professional team. Why? Because he just grinded a lot and he played a lot of aim trainers as well. Like, just no, aim trainers isn't gonna get you like over the edge and make you look like Bolo. No, but it will. I'm telling you, it will definitely iron you out faster than you just like playing the game. Playing the game will get you most of your mechanics down. Your like movement. The aim trainer will like help you with your flicking or tracking, like I said before. The last tip, and the last thing I wanted to go over was the most obvious but the most beneficial one. That's just playing the game. Play more. Don't be one of those weirdos that just sits out of the building and just waits for people to push him or whatever. Don't do that. You're not gonna improve like that. Actually go in the building, help your teammates, play for trades, play for refrags, play out for teammates. All those kind of things that you would do playing Siege. With that, we have already reached the end of the video. This was my first YouTube video ever. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Leave a comment on how I did. I think I did pretty good. And what's next for this YouTube channel is that content that I want to put out is to help newer players, or players that feel like they can't get any help, or they just can't seem to rank up, or they can't seem to win more gunfights or position themselves better. Go over stuff like that, over site setups, and a bunch more. I have a lot planned. If y'all could leave a like, subscribe, and comment, helps a lot with the algorithm, helps me a lot to grow the channel. And that's really it. Inshallah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Salam.